I've heard skeptics say to me that there's just not enough evidence to believe in God, but if God being all-powerful just appeared and proved himself, then I would believe. And I say to them, well, Jesus, God in the flesh, appeared and proved himself 2,000 years ago and most rejected him. And they'll say, no, but in today's day and age with the technology that we have, if he came and proved himself, and this could be broadcast all over the world, then people would see 100% that God exists, and then they would believe in him. But I don't believe that this is the case at all, and I'll tell you why shortly. But first, let's very quickly look at the evidence that we do have for God. Romans chapter 1 says that creation itself is an evidence for God. I love how Ray Comfort says that a building is evidence of a builder, a painting is evidence of a painter, and creation is evidence of a creator. The atheist believes in the scientific possibility that nothing created everything. Not that everything came from nothing, but that nothing was the creative force behind everything. It is a scientific impossibility. The Bible also says that God has revealed himself through our conscience. God has given us a conscience. He has written his laws on our heart. We know that there are certain objective moral laws that exist that transcend people and time and culture, and this itself is an evidence for the moral lawgiver, for God. Now, God hasn't only proven himself, his existence, he has proven and revealed who he is. The God of the Bible has proven himself through fulfilled prophecies, and Jesus Christ has proven himself through a sinless life, a historical resurrection from the dead. Atheists who disagree that the resurrection is a historic fact disagree because they have a predisposition against the supernatural. They're arguing from a place of incredulity, not from using the historical method. And even prominent skeptics like Bart Ehrman don't actually have a different theory that they propose for the facts that are available, because the facts actually prove the resurrection. So there's so much more I could say, but coming back to the initial question here, that atheists and skeptics, they say, if God would just appear here and prove himself, then I would believe 100%. I would repent, I would give my life to him, and I would believe. But think about this. With the technology that we have today, it makes it easier to spread the word, to spread news and information around the world, but it also makes it easier to fabricate people. Do you really think the reaction of the skeptic sitting there that has denied God all his life when he sees Jesus appearing on TV performing miracles is going to say, oh wow, this is real, God has proved himself now? Of course not. He's going to say, this is Hollywood, this is artificial intelligence, this is Photoshop, all of these things that can be made up, images and pictures and videos, sounds, all of these things. That's going to be the reaction from people. Even if Jesus was in front of people performing miracles, people are going to say that this is staged. They're going to say that people were in on this, that this is a magic or an illusion, or some sort of advanced virtual reality or an hallucination. It's going to be any excuse apart from actually admitting this is Jesus Christ, God in the flesh, and what he's doing, he's proven who he is. Exactly the same as the people 2,000 years ago. There's a story of Lazarus and the rich man, and the rich man who is in the place of torment, he's talking to Abraham and he says, send Lazarus back to my brothers. I have 5 brothers, they're unbelieving, I don't want them to go to this place of torment. And Abraham says, they have Moses and the prophets. If they don't believe them, they won't believe someone coming back from the dead. And it's exactly the same with this. We have all of this evidence available to us. Creation, our conscience, fulfilled prophecy, a historical resurrection. We have all of this available, and people don't believe. Even if God appeared here today, people would not believe and they would excuse it away. And Jesus says it perfectly in John chapter 3, where he says, this is the judgment, that the light has come into the world, and people hated the light because their deeds were wicked. They wanted to hide their wicked deeds in the darkness, lest they be exposed. And that's the bottom line. God has proven himself. And anyone that looks at the evidence objectively can see that God has definitively and unequivocally revealed himself. The only reason that people don't believe is because they don't want to be morally accountable. And I'm so encouraged by the comments that I get from people that have been atheists for 5, 10, 20, 40 years, and they say, you know what? I used to use all of these refuted atheist arguments, all of this nonsense, refuted all of this stuff, and then I realized that it was an issue with my heart. And I came to a place where I humbled myself, I repented, and I put my faith in Jesus Christ. And that's the truth. That's why people don't come to him. They don't want moral accountability. So whatever anyone writes in these comments, it does not change any of these facts. And I would just encourage you, you can't hide from God. You can't explain away God. You're going to have to answer to him one day. So look at the facts today before it's too late and put your faith in him. Leave your comments below. God bless you, friends.